gentlemen, and welcome to Senior Day here at Norwood High School. We'd like to take a few moments to recognize the seniors for all the hard work and dedication they've put into our program over the last 4 years. Right now, we'd like to ask the 9 seniors from Milford High School to please step forward and be recognized. And now, let's meet our Norwood seniors with their families. First, Emily O'Connor with her mom Maureen, dad Jerry, and her sister Maeve. Emily will be attending UConn next year with a major in Allied Health Studies. Julia Gallo with her mom Karina, her dad Dan. Julia will be attending the University of Massachusetts Amherst with a major in kinesiology. Katie Pritchard with her mother Carrie, her father Scott, and her sister Regan. Katie will be attending Providence College, majoring in nursing. Jess Amito with her mom Vicky and dad Charles. Jess will be going to the University of New Hampshire and be majoring in occupational therapy. Sophia Venditti with her mom Ann and her dad Stephen. Sophia will be attending University of Massachusetts Amherst, majoring in business at the Eisenberg School. Captain Olivia Naughton with mom Jen, dad Mike, sister Julia, and grandfather Paul. Olivia will be attending Springfield College in the physician assistant program and playing lacrosse. Captain Olivia Lodge, Mom Chris, Dad Mike, and grandparents Paul and Carol. Olivia will be attending the University of Akron to study communications and play lacrosse. Congratulations to all the seniors from both teams. We wish you the best of luck going forward.
Hello, folks, and welcome to Murray Field at Norwood High School. I'm Joe Panola alongside Eric Bodenhofer. Eric, we have senior day here at Norwood as the Mustangs take on the Hawks of Milford in an interconference matchup.
Yeah, very exciting. Always good to be here for senior day and to see that to get the seniors honored and hear about their plans for next year, which are very exciting. Really exciting that at least two of them I heard are going to be continuing in lacrosse in college, which is very exciting.
Absolutely. Olivia Naughton playing at Springfield College and Olivia Lodge playing D1 at the University of Akron, heading out to Ohio. A lot of science majors, too. Always nice to hear as a science teacher.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently the key to getting your kid a lacrosse scholarship, though, is to name them Olivia, right?
That's right.
That seems to be the secret.
Well, the two O's will be leading, I guess, the Mustang charge here. They're the two captains, and Olivia Lodge playing for her father, Mike Lodge, who's been here now a number of years, and he's really established a program that is on the verge of potentially clinching a berth in the playoffs. Norwood is 8-8. They win today, and they are in. We don't quite know what that seeding will be, but at least they'll be in by the 500 rule, and they could improve that stock a little bit more when they play Westwood on Thursday.
Oh, I didn't realize that this was such a pivotal game for them. That's very exciting, adding to the pressure, I guess, on the girls.
That's right, yeah. No pressure senior day and the hottest day of the year so far. We're baking a little bit up here in the windows.
Yeah, the press box is somewhat, I think this is what it's like being inside a microwave. It's looking out into the glass. And
We do have the air conditioner behind us. As you see a shot of the Milford team, Milford is coming in struggling a bit this season. They are 5-11. Out of the Hockomock League. The head coach is Casey Young for Milford, assistant coach Danielle Delgado. So Milford, a little bit on the outside looking in right now. They did win their last game against Seekonk, although Seekonk is ranked very low in Division 4, so perhaps that was a win that maybe they expected to collect, although can never play the games on paper. But a big win for Milford today could boost them in the standings. They're currently ranked 42nd, but you never know if you beat a team that's seated higher than you, especially if they come out firing and can score a number of goals. So they're motivated in their own right.
Absolutely. No, it should be a good game. Should be exciting. I mean, it's definitely a beautiful day for it, although it'll be interesting to see how the girls do given, I think this is the first truly warm day of their season. So,
right.
And this turf, it's always at least 10 degrees hotter.
For sure. You're baking. There is not a whole lot of shade here. And Coach Lodge was talking, they've had some interesting weather this year. In fact, they had an earlier game against Canton that got called at halftime because of the storms. They ended up coming back the next week, playing the second half. And although Norwood was leading at the half against Canton, that game didn't quite go Norwood's way. That has resulted in Norwood dropping their last 4 straight, although coming on the heels of winning 4 straight. So I guess if you like streakiness, this Norwood team is for you this year. They get wins and they get them in bunches, but we hope the losing streak doesn't continue today.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them get off that snide and get the win today.
So it'll be Olivia Lodge here taking the draw for the Mustangs as the two of them will get set to go. The referee backs away, and we have some lacrosse action. Second to last game of the season for Norwood. Second to last game for Milford as they will be hosting Seekonk again to close out their season later this week. Milford controlling early on, wearing those red uniforms. And now behind the net a little bit, trying to get things moving. A little bit tough to see some of the numbers, although we always say that with the girls wearing their ponytails.
No, I noticed the other day that the WNBA has finally put the names down below the numbers.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Kudos to them. Here's number 22. That's Alexa Landry as she was moving in trying to find some room. But some really good defense by Sophia Venditti, number 20, preventing her from finding a lane. Erin Mickelson is one of Milford's captains, number 23. She controls it now, looking to move in against number 5, Emily O'Connor. She'll double back behind the net. So the Norwood defense not giving Milford much room here early on.
No, there really no open space for them. I mean, Milford's doing a nice job of moving without the ball, but Norwood's just tracking them nicely as they go, and there's a good ground ball win.
That's big for the Mustangs, and it's Olivia Lodge who collects it, and she will get it on up for number 24, Charlotte Martino, who is a junior for the Mustangs. Norwood at least, controlling those ground balls will be key to them. And if they can get it to Shea Larkey, who shows some speed here, that could be a good thing. But Larkey just bounces it wide and loses her stick in the process.
The Shea Larkey, the do-it-all athlete for Norwood.
Already committed, I believe, to play college field hockey. Coach Lodge was saying before the game that last year Shea was getting over an injury, and even though she played well, this year it seems like almost like the shackles have been removed, and she's really playing as her true self.
Yeah, I seem to recall the last time I saw her, she was actually wearing a knee brace, so this is definitely an improvement for her there.
So we're thankful for her for that, although it'll be a little tougher to spot who she is on the field, at least from our perspective.
This is true.
Here is Olivia Lodge heading to play D1 lacrosse next year, and she shoots this just wide, but Olivia Naughton is able to keep possession going Norwood's way. So just a couple minutes into this first quarter, we're glad you're joining us today here on NCM. Happy to bring you some senior day coverage, although this is not the last home game for Norwood. They take on number 7 Westwood. I believe it's on Thursday of this week from this same turf. So if you like what you see, come out on Thursday and you'll get to see some more action then.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get weather just as nice. This is
absolutely
a beautiful day.
Should be this week, at least for what we're hearing.
Leading into the holiday weekend will be nice.
So here comes Naughton looking for space, was trying to duck around a couple defenders there. Gives it up. She was looking for Katie Pritchard. Pritchard, one of Norwood's 7 seniors, scoops it up, although not quite.
I think maybe whistled for a bit of a push or something.
Here's an opportunity. Nice ground ball collected. Naughton turns around and fires, and it goes into the back of the net, or at least the wrong part of the back of the net.
Yeah, from here, I couldn't tell at first, but the goalie's reaction was like, oh, okay, that's clearly in the side of the net.
Yeah, we don't quite get that angle from where we're standing. This one pops up, and it's controlled nicely by Milford here in the middle of the field. Looks like number 5, Taylor Talamini. Excuse me on the pronunciations, although we always have the disclaimer that we apologize for any names that we might be butchering along the way.
Absolutely. I think we both have experience with our last names being a little mangled. So.
For sure. I think perhaps maybe you a little more than I.
Maybe a little bit more.
Well, Milford certainly got some tongue twisters, so we apologize in advance, although one of their assistant coaches was very friendly before the game, helping us out, especially with a few of the longer ones that they've got going on. Milford is back on attack here, as behind the net, it's Mickelson looking for an opportunity. Lodge marking her the whole way. Now Erin doubles back, tries to find some room. Once again, good defense from this Norwood crew, and it hits the ground. Scooped up, ultimately, by Norwood.
Nice. Oh, and then a whistle. So that was Emily O'Connor, I think, who came up with that.
Nice job by Emily, a senior, heading to my alma mater in UConn.
Oh.
Always nice to see.
I don't know. These kids going to UConn, what are people thinking?
Tell you, maybe the basketball success is starting to sway them.
Oh, it could be, I suppose. Yeah.
That's right.
I say that coming from a long line of UConn alum. I have to
There
be
you go.
contrarian because it's, I didn't go, and so I have to be.
And there's a little bit of contact there. It looks like Mickelson might have taken a cross to the face there. As we hear a whistle coming in, I think they're going to whistle Olivia Lodge for a penalty.
It looks like it.
They will. So Olivia will come off here this is an opportunity in a 0-0 game about 5 minutes in for Milford to make a stand against the team that they're not quite favored to beat.
Yeah.
It could be a big win for them.
Be nice to good for them if they can capitalize on this and get that first goal, give themselves some confidence, and maybe get Norwood, thinking a little bit, because being the overdog, I think, and knowing that their playoff slot might be on the line, it's possible that they'll get a little tense. So great opportunity for Milford to maybe tilt the field a little bit.
Let's see what they can do. They try it into the middle of the field. Shot by number 6 is saved by Norwood's keeper, Allie Mannering. Mannering, a freshman for this Norwood team. She's already got 100-plus saves on the season. And Coach Lodge was saying having a freshman who can come in and play like that is such an asset to this team. There's a nifty little pass up ahead that is ultimately controlled by Naughton, although hits the ground the second I say that. Nice scoop by number 10, Chloe Pierce.
She did well there to disrupt Naughton and get that ball back.
And now coming the other way with some good speed is Rhea Matthew, but she finds herself in a little bit of a scramble here for it. Kicks it over for her teammate. And a nice job by number 22. That's Alexa Landry, another junior for this Milford team. Over for number 12. That's TJ Downing. Downing's got 100 points this season for Milford, so she is certainly one to watch.
Good idea there. She saw the cutter and tried to get to her. Just couldn't quite get that pass on target.
And let's see who they give possession to. Good chase from O'Connor, who didn't quite give up and stuck that cross out at the last second, but it looks like it'll be Landry to scoop it up. Milford continues on with the penalty to Lodge about halfway expired. That was called as Mickelson took a stick to the face not all that long ago. Trying to look into the middle of the field for Lexi and Antonio, number 6. She was the one that got the shot off moments ago that was saved by Mannering. Now Antonio will slow things down a little bit. For Mickelson once again on the far side. She's guarded by Sophia Venditti.
Nice job here by Norwood. They're keeping Milford outside, not giving them any good looks at the goal.
And Larkey almost picked that one out of the air. Ultimately did enough to distract Milford that the ground ball is able to come out and almost got scooped up by number 24, Martino.
Dangerous.
Here's the shot by number 17, and it goes in. So Milford capitalizes, and it's going to be Maya Santos, a junior for the Hawks, who collects the first goal.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, great hustle by the Milford team. They stuck with it, but I think Norwood kind of lost their defensive spacing a little bit because they thought they were getting possession of that ball and sort of drifted out a little bit. And good job by Milford to find that soft spot and get off a really nice shot.
So that was looking like a good penalty kill. I guess that's what you call it in lacrosse as well, by the Norwood Mustangs. But ultimately, Milford connects. It took them about a minute and 20 seconds, but they get the marker on the board, and they lead 1-0 with 5:35 to go. So the Mustangs will have to get to work. They have been known to score points in bunches. In fact, they scored 19 goals in a game earlier this year. I believe that was against Norton. So
that's an offensive display there.
Absolutely. So this is a team that can certainly score when asked, although as Coach Lodge has been saying, there's been really a lot of rock fights this year. Norwood in the past has played a lot of blowout games one way or another. They've either blown out their opponents or their opponents have done that to them. Nice pass into the middle, and it's shot just high by Anna Arugio, number 25.
Yeah, if she could have come down with that a little more cleanly and gotten that shot off, that was a great opportunity. Thankfully for Norwood, I think the pass was just a little off target and she had to slow herself down. But great cut, great pass. Real good chance, real quality chance there.
And here comes Larkey. We know she's got speed, and Shea just leaving them in the dust as she crosses the 50 and the 40. Gets it over for Lodge, who makes a nifty catch one-handed. She's guarded by number 11, Sam Fazzo, a junior. Fazzo now lets off as she gets it back to Larkey. Here's number 17, Emily Spadorsha, who scoops it up. Spadorsha is someone who Coach Lodge was saying does all the little things right, and we're seeing that a little bit here. With a cross in her face, Olivia Norton doubles back. She's being guarded by Grace Beagle, number 3, but we hear a whistle before that's able to develop. Looks like it should stay with Norwood. And number 5 for Milford, that's Taylor Talamini, comes in to guard Norton. Gets it over for Katie Pritchard, number 6. Pritchard back for Shea Larkey. Larkey moves inside. Nice cut, lost the ball. Gets it over to Lodge now. Here's Lodge, takes the shot, and it goes in.
Nicely done.
Already 300 plus points in her Norwood career, and Olivia Lodge adds to that total to make it a 1-1 game with 4:05 left in the first quarter.
300 points, huh?
Unbelievable.
That is an impressive career.
200 plus goals, 300 plus points. Playing for her dad here at the school on the hill, and he is as proud as ever. You can just tell talking to him.
And with good reason.
Absolutely. So the game knotted up at 1. Norwood needs this game. If you're just joining us, the Mustangs sit at 8-8 as we take a look at, or we just saw a replay on your screen. Apologies for missing it. Norwood 8-8 this season. They have 2 games remaining, although the game on Thursday is against number 7 in D2. That is Westwood. So if Norwood were to fall today, that would be a tall order to come right back 2 days later and beat the number 7 team in D2, although I guess you never know. You got to beat who's in front of you, right?
That's absolutely true. I don't know how did Norwood do earlier in the season? I imagine they played Westwood at Westwood earlier, right?
And Pritchard moves in. It's interesting you say that, Eric, because I was looking for that, seeing like, hey, what's the past result between them? They have not played yet.
Really? Okay.
And a bit surprising, I think, the way normally the TVL is organized, that you play a school like Westwood twice, a little bit of a home and home.
Yeah, I know they just recently played Holliston, the home and home.
There's a nice shot. That goes through. It looks like it was Naughton on that one. So now we're starting to get going in the Norwood offense. 8 minutes in, and both of the Olivias have a goal here.
Yeah, like you were saying, I guess they can score in bunches, right? So they took the lid off, and now they're pouring it in. So
let's take a look at that on our replay here. Naughton, always known for nifty moves near the goal, moves inside, and in one fluid motion gets it past the keeper for Milford, Avelina DiCilinardo.
And took a stick off the jaw there, too, it looked like. And I think the ref had actually seen it, but then since she scored, no penalty. But
all's well that ends well, and I think she's staying in the game, so that's always good to see.
Yeah, it didn't seem to bother her much because I don't think she broke stride. But and it wasn't an intentional. It was just, I think, more she ran into the stick more than the stick.
That's right. Yeah, I guess anything could be a hit if you decide to lower your head into it.
Right.
Nice scoop there. It's Nora Staunton, number 10, who's in there now for the Mustangs. Nora, a freshman, and Coach Lodge really praised his freshman group before the game, but it was Nora Staunton who he had specific praise for, saying that she is really explosive in the way that she can play. She is just truly a lacrosse player through and through.
It seems like they have some real talented freshmen on this team.
For sure. Hey, the youth program is working. I know Coach Lodge has been involved in that as well. So here's Rhea Matthew working against the aforementioned Staunton, moving in between that red circle now for Milford. Now trying to go along the far side, guarded by a couple different Norwood players as Matthew looks for a lane. Still doubling back and eventually does give it up for Landry. Alexa Landry, a junior for the Hawks. Moves inside. Nice move to get around O'Connor. Fires the shot off. Oh, she faked it.
Wow.
Faked us out here in the booth and is able to get it through Mannering, and we've got a 2-2 game.
That was a really nice move to get past the first defender and find herself free right up the top of the crease.
Look at that. O'Connor was playing solid defense on her, but a nice step and then a fake.
Did she fake it? Look, she actually dropped the ball and then scooped it up and scored. I couldn't tell for sure.
You know what? If she did it all in one motion.
Very smoothly. And
if you're watching us live and you want to check that out, NCM has games on demand, and I think dating back all the way to the 80s. You can go back and watch old Norwood High hoops games back from the Bay State League days. But you can certainly find this game probably by the end of the week to be able to check that out and see some of the replays of what happened. It is like a treasure trove, those games, and I know Jack Tolman has been very proud of the anthology that he's put together there.
Yeah, he's done a great job of uncovering some old gems and getting them up on the website. It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's Spadorcia. She takes that soft little pass from Bridget Sopel, number 21. Sopel is someone who you're also going to be seeing moving around as a midfielder. Between her and Spadorcia, they certainly get their workout here on game days. Sopel gets it back from Pritchard. And out of the far side, Staunton. Norwood seemingly going around the world right now. Not much happening offensively. 2 minutes to go here, as now it seems like they get the engine revving. Number 12, Jess Zamito is out there for the Mustangs, another senior. Olivia Naughton made a move inside, and it looks like she's going to draw a penalty on that one. Seems like she's no stranger to contact today. So Naughton now The free shot from the side of the goal. Beagle is ready to close in on her. Here comes Naughton, makes a nice move, took something off of it, and goes over the top right shoulder of DiGiulianardo, collecting her second goal of the game.
I think the goalie expected her to go low, and she just did a nice little lob over the shoulder. Let's check it out here.
Just look at how smooth this is. She makes the first move and then dumps it in right up top before Sam Fazio even knew what hit her on defense.
Nicely done. Yeah, really kind of got the goalie really kind of cheating down, and then nice little drop over the shoulder.
So 3-2 here at the School on the Hill, and stand's starting to fill up a little bit today. We've got a good turnout. It's a beautiful day. And I think maybe 88 degrees when I was looking at my phone earlier. But the fans have certainly come in bunches, and they're braving the heat right now to watch the team on these hot metal bleachers right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are actually down along the fence just to avoid being in the giant aluminum foil that is the bleachers.
Yeah, there's not much shade that you're going to get here.
And currently not much of it. Well, actually, now I'm seeing a little bit of a breeze. We're not feeling any of it in here. But,
there we go. So here comes Larkey looking to add to Norwood's total. They've scored 3 goals, all in the second half of this first quarter. So the offense has started to wake up a little bit. Spadorcia and Sopel playing some pitch and catch. And now on the far side for Naughton. Olivia Naughton has 2 of Norwood's 3 goals. Olivia Lodge kicked off the scoring at about the 5-minute mark with her first of the game. So Norwood certainly taking their time. Now Sopel starts to move in, finds a lane and draws some contact with 48 seconds to go as we hear the whistle. Tell you, Norwood has been no stranger to contact, Eric, and that's benefited them so far.
No, absolutely. They're not. They've absorbed the contact and able to continue on right to the goal. And
so here comes Sopel. The shot on net is gloved by DiGiulianardo. Nice play by the Milford keeper. She is also one to watch. We mentioned before Allie Mannering with 100-plus saves this year. Evelina DiGiulianardo, the same. She actually reached the 100-save mark back earlier in the year on May 1st. So she has been sitting on 100 saves now for a little while.
Impressive.
Nice pass up from Larkey. She connects with Pritchard, who just goes a little bit wide. Katie looking for a goal here on her senior night. And chasing it out of bounds is Jess Zamito. And regardless, I was going to say Milford got there first. Time expires here in the first quarter.
Yeah, nice first quarter there. Really kind of up and down. And looked for a moment there like Norwood was going to really tilt momentum in their direction. But that great goal by Landry kind of killed that run. And Milford's done a great job, I think, the whole quarter.
So we got a minute 44 break, at least according to our new scoreboard here. Norwood holding a 3-2 lead. Seems like, Eric, we're in for the long haul in this game. Norwood has played a lot of close games. We mentioned Holliston about a week ago. They were able to keep that game close the whole time, but ultimately fell 13-14. But this is a team that is no stranger to being in battles here.
Yeah, I think they're not going to lose their cool. They'll just keep doing what they need to do, and hopefully in the end they'll get the result they want. I mean, it's early yet, obviously, and we'll see how the heat really starts to play out. And I don't know anything about Milford's depth, but it certainly seems like Norwood's able to roll quite a few of the quite a bit of this roster out onto the pitch. So that should do them well as the game progresses.
For sure. As you see shots of the goals so far today, there's the one from Olivia Naughton, her first. Yeah, Milford's got their whole team, or at least their whole JV team, lined up behind the bench right now.
I just saw. So it looks like Landry hit the post and then got her own rebound for the goal.
Look at that.
Yeah. So way to stay with it, and that's just a beauty of a shot. That was great.
So a couple nice goals for the Mustangs. We close in here at the end of the break between the first and second quarter, and Coach Mike Lodge giving the final remarks to his team. Coach Lodge is joined by Chrissy Pisa, who he was praising in pregame for her work with Allie Mannering, the freshman goalkeeper. Chrissy was, I guess, a keeper herself when she played in college, so she's been kind of working one-on-one with Allie, as with Joanne Yomoa, Norwood's backup keeper. And Norwood's got another assistant coach on the staff this year. Julia Bonist is an English teacher at the high school, and she has come in her first year of teaching and gotten involved right off the bat. I believe also a college lacrosse player at Duke in her own right.
Oh, well, I mean, Duke, it's really not much of a program.
Yeah, they might have a storied history or something there.
Yeah. But that's great. I mean, what a great thing for the program to have, coaches of such quality who know the game, have played the game, and certainly from a young goalkeeper perspective. I mean, how often do you have the advantage of actually having a coach for your position, right?
Right.
Like, so many times keepers are kind of on their own to try and figure out, how to play the position, and that's just fantastic.
Yeah, usually it's just whoever volunteers,
100%,
right? Throw them back there.
Yep. And then the coaches who've never played are like, all right, you got to come out and cut down the angles. Well, what does that mean? Well, just come out. I don't know. So
That's
so
right.
I think it's and the fact that Allie Mannering is a freshman getting coaching right now from an experienced goalkeeping coach. By the time she's a senior, she's probably going to be a brick wall in net. So.
That's it. You got to be a special breed to play lacrosse goalie and deal with all the bruises you're going to get throughout the season.
Absolutely. It's kind of rough that it's a spring sport since these girls have to go to prom.
That's right. Hey, prom is over now, so
That's
at
true,
least
it's
we have
true.
made it through that part of the season.
Yeah.
Although the last day for seniors at Norwood was today as we
Oh.
get the second quarter started. So maybe the seniors, the 7 of them on the Norwood team, playing with a little extra energy today. I know my students are excited to get on with their life post-high school after today.
Yeah, I don't know if they're really thinking about life post-high school. They're just thinking like, hey, I don't want to go to class
That's right.
next week.
Yep.
That's the cool thing, right?
Life post-high school is sleeping in for a couple days, right?
Exactly.
In fact, I
Exactly.
think they get about 7 days off until graduation rehearsal comes in. Although, if you're a Norwood senior watching that, don't quote me on the first day of graduation rehearsal. Mr. Oliveira will be upset with you.
Yeah,
Nice
good.
job from Milford as they close in there and collect the goal.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Look at that. It was number 22, Landry, getting her second goal of the game and kind of snuck it in there, as we'll see that again here in our replay.
Yeah,
Landry, again, working against O'Connor.
Yeah, really did a good job of just keeping her momentum going towards the net and then a nice, well-placed shot. So good job. Back knotted 3-3, and I think that's the start to the second quarter that Milford was definitely looking for.
So head coach Casey Young, who I think is a teacher in the Milford system, has to be happy about what she's seeing there. So 3-3, brand new game here, just starting the second quarter on a hot day here in Norwood. And taking the draw for the Mustangs is Olivia Lodge, working against Anna Arujo. Arujo is a sophomore for this Milford team. Tell you, they've got a deep roster, looking up and down, and a real wide range of grade levels. Number of juniors especially dotting the Milford team, so they could be potentially in for a solid season next year in the Hockomock League. There comes the whistle.
I really wish I understood this game of sport better because I have no idea why they had to redo the draw. I don't
Right.
know what it was.
And it's so different, this sport, compared to men's lacrosse.
And even that one takes a little while to understand all the rules. But yeah, definitely this one
That's right.
is if you've learned lacrosse watching the boys play it, it's not going to help you significantly watching the girls play it.
Throw out everything you know and
Yep.
and just start from scratch seems to be the strategy.
Yeah. And my daughter was always very frustrated. She's like, "Why won't they let us hit each other? I'd
Yeah.
be happy to hit people." I'm like, "All right, I think we need to talk about that." But
Oh, Santos coming inside, and she collects another goal.
wow, talk about scoring in bunches. It's definitely a really hot start here for Milford and Norwood's defense, which was so solid in that first quarter, just suddenly seeming a little porous.
Maya Santos making a nice move here, sticking with it to fight 3 Norwood defenders around her, and goes to the upper right corner of the net. So the junior has 2 goals. In fact, all of Milford's scoring has come from their junior class, 2 from Santos and 2 for Alexa Landry. So watch out, Hockomock League, when those are seniors.
Yeah, no doubt.
Always nice to see an interconference matchup. These 2 teams do not play each other all that often. In fact, Milford will be heading down almost to the Rhode Island border to take on Seekonk on Thursday. Actually, I believe that game will be at home. So I guess Seekonk will be making their way up.
Well, Norwood is just not winning the ground balls right now. Not just somehow came out of that break a little discombobulated, it seems.
So Milford trying to make things happen with number 17 Santos behind the net and number 23 Mickelson out in front. Mickelson moves on in. Now still with it. Trying to go around the other side. Can't find a lane there. Nice defense by the Norwood team as they're closing off any gaps.
Yeah, Larkey did a nice job there running with Landry, the goal scorer.
Yep. Mannering almost lost the handle on that one, but it did well to scoop it right back up. Now Larkey up for Lodge, and it'll be Lodge who's tasked with coming over the middle of the field and ushering the offense. Long lead pass. Nice grab. Excuse me. That was Lodge who grabbed the pass and fires it in.
Yeah, I think that was actually Bridget Sopel coming up.
Yep.
Bringing the ball up. But, yeah, nice. That was a quick response to the a real shift of play. The save and then right on down to score at the other end. Nicely done.
So Norwood hitting their stride here as they now have made the game back to a 4-4 tie. So 2 goals for Olivia Naughton, 2 goals for Olivia Lodge. For Norwood, 2 for Maya Santos, and 2 for Alexa Landry for Milford. So a couple of players closing in on a hat trick on either team. But I have a funny feeling that this is not the last of the scoring that we're going to see today.
No, I seriously doubt that.
So we'll turn our attention right back to the draw here. And is that Shay Larkey, I think, for Norwood taking the draw?
Can't see. I don't know if is it Bridget Sopel? I can't. No, you're right.
It comes away. It is indeed Shay Larkey. So a little bit of a mix-up now for Coach Lodge as Olivia was taking the draws for a bit.
She's just
Fires a shot on net and a nice save by Avelina DiGileonardo there. Up along the far side. Can Norwood get the ground ball? No, but it ticks just out of bounds ahead of Sophia Venditti. So Venditti will play it right back in. Here's number 17, Emily Spadorsha. Splits the defense right there and now coming across the 30. And the 20 as she'll flank out towards the side. Gets it over for a teammate. And Norwood playing a bit of pitch and catch on the outside again. They have seemed to deliberately slow down the offense after moments ago Lodge came in with a head of steam. Back up to Spadorsha.
They do seem to sort of this kind of lull into then this, then that, then Shay Larkey.
This, then that, and Larkey connects.
Yep. We'll just a little rockabye baby for a while, and then suddenly we'll go from 0 to 60.
So Shay Larkey, who Coach Lodge was saying is the second leading scorer this year, that goes to show you what a trio Larkey, the junior, and the 2 seniors, Naughton and Lodge, have been for the Mustangs. The fact that those 3 have been able to keep pace with each other in terms of the scoring chase. But Larkey connects there, and Norwood now has a 5-4 lead with 8:49 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury for any coach to have where you can have 3 top-notch scorers out there, right?
For sure. And Larkey, we know about her prowess here on Murray Field from playing field hockey. And now she's getting lighted up in the spring playing some lacrosse.
She's probably just enjoying being able to stand upright during her sport. She's an amazing field hockey player, but when I watch those games, my back hurts at the end of them. It's amazing.
Just watching the way they're hunched over and hearing all of the whistles.
Yeah.
You gotta be smart. You gotta know that game in and out to be able to play it at such a high level the way the Norwood team has been. And what a good season they had again this year.
Absolutely. I mean, that is a well-coached program. There is no doubt that they don't they don't rebuild, they reload. They are just doing a fantastic job. And you talked about the lacrosse youth program. I think it's remarkable what the field hockey program does with the middle school girls and gets them excited, but even the younger girls excited about the sport and anxious to come play up at the high school.
So let's see what the former youth lacrosse can do here. Pritchard plays it back for Sopel and now for Spadorsha. Yeah, they're following it around the outside. I think that was Julia Gallo who got a touch as well. And eventually it finds its way back to Olivia Lodge. Interesting that we see Lodge sometimes playing behind that net, sometimes up top. She can do it all. I tell you, Akron's going to get a very versatile player. And
just to prove your point, look at that.
Good time singing her praises right there. It's a hat trick for Olivia Lodge, and we're only in the first half. She connects on her 3rd goal, and Norwood's 6th of the contest.
I'm just loving this Norwood offense, which basically seems to be let's stand around and pass for a little while, and then just a burst of absolute mayhem in a goal. It's great. That's great.
As you see the team celebrate it, it almost feels that you're kind of knowing where the next pass is going to go. In fact, I've kind of cheated a couple times, knowing when it's tough to see a number. All right, that's Emily Spadorsha. Who's she getting it to next? Probably going to be Bridget Sopel, and along the lines there.
Yeah, but these girls clearly know how to play within their system, and they're doing a great job of sort of finding those soft spots in the Milford defense as they do that. And now they have that 2-goal lead. See how Milford can respond. They've done so throughout this game so far. This is the biggest lead that Norwood has been 2 goals. So, but good draw win, and now Olivia Lodge going to go to work.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of the Norwood offense here in the last couple of minutes. I saw Coach Casey for Coach Casey Young, for Milford, going with a couple defensive substitutions. They got to be getting tired out there the way Norwood's been running their O. But here comes T.J. Downing across the middle of the field. Downing, wearing number 12, is one of Milford's top scorers. So is Erin Mickelson, number 23. She's one of Milford's 3 captains. Looking for some room, but she can't find it with Sophia Venditti all over her. Now Venditti and number 20 watching her all the way here. Still watching her. Mickelson trying to make some spin moves, can't find some space, and ultimately it goes right into the cross of Mannering. Nice defense from Sophia Venditti to force the shot, and Mannering was there the whole time. Good job by Shea Larkey. That outlet pass from Mannering was a little high. She couldn't quite gather it up, but knocked it down and scooped it up in stride and able to keep the breakout going, which was nicely done. And following her was another ground ball collected, I believe, by Spadorsha. So the Norwood team has improved on their ground balls, and that certainly is going to be a key here for them. Making some moves behind the net. Looks like number 26 for Norwood. That's Quinn Brown, a freshman who's in there now. Pritchard plays it back for number 19. 19 for the Mustangs is Larkey, as we've been mentioning many times today. Sopel playing a bit of pitch and catch now, And the Mustangs moving in. I think that's number 10, Nora Staunton. Gets it over for Brown. Nice scoop by her. And here comes the freshman Quinn Brown looking for a lane, but it's closed off nicely by Milford. Sopel collects here. Yeah, Milford did well there because she had a head of steam, and if she'd been able to cut in a little bit, she was going to have a clear path to the net. But nice job. Oh, nice pass from Lodge. She connects with Larkey, and it goes in. Give Olivia Lodge the assist and give Shea Larkey the goal, her second of the contest, and Norwood now leads 7-4. Did we call it too early, Eric? Oh, why did they get the? Oh, they gave her the save. Let's take a look at this again. We got so excited in the moment, and the team was celebrating it as we see our replay coming. Yeah, and the goalie seemed to be reacting as if there was a goal. Yeah, it was in. I don't understand why it was waved off. So ultimately disallowed, maybe a little bit of contact. Apologies for that. Remains 6-4 Norwood, though, as the Mustangs hang on to a 2-goal lead. And now Larkey maybe with a little more motivation after seeing that goal called off. Trying to get it up here to number 3, Olivia Naughton. Naughton with going into a bit of a jog here now behind the net. Controlling the pace of the offense. Over now for Lodge. Brown and Pritchard over to her right. But Lodge will keep for the moment. Guarded by number 24, Katrina Ledger is in there on defense for Milford. As is number 3, Grace Beagle. Lodge gets around her, but the shot goes wide. But Norwood opportunistically will keep control as Quinn Brown will go to retrieve it from the track. I say Olivia Lodge is doing just an impressive job back there. She's finding the open cutter when it's there. She's finding the soft spot where she can get out in front of the net and get off a quality shot. It's just doing a really good job of running the offense back from behind the net. I don't know if they call it the X in girls lacrosse, but that's what I keep wanting to say. But she's doing a fantastic job of really directing traffic and finding the cutter. Yeah, that was a nice job again as she was looking to connect. Couldn't quite tell who it was, but another nice pass in front of the net. So here comes Downing with speed, and Larkey is in her face the whole time. Downing throws it up for number 17, Santos. Santos trying to move around Venditti. Venditti has been there defensively with a lot of tough assignments here for Norwood. Mickelson now looking for room. Doubling back, takes the shot. It's low, and it goes in. It'll be Erin Mickelson connecting the goal, 5th of the contest for Milford. That was a nice little play there by Mickelson. She really did a good job shaking her defender and then getting a tough angle shot for Mannering to try and save. So nicely done, and that lead is cut in half. So a good little double back there, and now it is 6-5. So this game has not gotten too out of hand either way. In fact, Eric, I don't think any team has had a 3-goal lead at any point today. No, it's been close the entire time, and under 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. And we'll see if Norwood can maybe put some distance between them and Milford again. They were on a nice roll there, but Milford did a good job of kind of blunting that momentum and then getting one back. So 4:10 to go here in the second half, or in the first half of action, second quarter. This one a little bit too tall for Olivia Lodge. And T.J. Downing, who was the one ushered into the offensive end not long ago for Milford, will get things started. Here's the aforementioned goal scorer Erin Mickelson, working to get around Charlotte Martino. She gets it back for number 20 there. That's Caitlin Landry We've heard a lot from Alexa already. I'm assuming maybe her sister out there as well. And now here's Alexa taking the shot inside, just goes wide. Mickelson scoops it up. Nice job collecting the ground ball by her. And it looks like we had a whistle. Maybe Martino got a little bit too much contact there. So one of Milford's senior captains, Aaron Mickelson, plays it back here. Maya Santos already has 2 goals today. Moves inside, takes the shot, and it just goes wide of the net. Scooped up in front by Mickelson, but another whistle, before that can be resolved. Norwood perhaps getting a little bit chippy with their defense right now.
I don't know. I never really entirely understand why one thing is a whistle and another is not. So
and that's what we were talking about field hockey earlier ago. I think I've just gotten to the point of let's call it a whistle.
Yeah, exactly.
And see if maybe Nora Glynn or Kathy Shakoy can tell us what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, I trust that the refs know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
I do not doubt the validity of every single one of these whistles. I just cannot explain that.
Nice pass inside. Downing makes a couple spin moves, and look at that.
Wow.
What a way to get on the board from TJ Downing. Not one spin move, not 2, but she spins around and pivots and delivers the goal. We got to check out this again here on our NCM replay. Grabs it out of midair, gets around number 22, Michaela Brown, and left her and the camera in the dust.
Exactly.
Nice work from TJ Downing. No surprise that she already has 100-plus points in her career for Milford.
No, she's really had a great awareness of exactly where the net was, because I think she was shooting even before she had turned. It was like all one motion, that spin move and the shot at the same time, and put it right where she needed to. So really nice goal.
So this game is back to being tied 6-6 with 2:42 to go here in the first half. We have treated a large number of fans here at Murray Field to a pretty entertaining game so far. Downing moving in against Shay Larkey, who's with her the whole way. Larkey already has 1 goal today and has been playing great defense for the Mustangs. The pass comes out to Alexa Landry. Landry trying to work inside, but Sopel was guarding her the whole way there. And here's Aaron Mickelson. Mickelson has a goal today. Decides to play it back now for Landry. Alexa Landry, number 22. Caitlin Landry, number 20, is in there as well. And we hear a whistle, it looks like, before Alexa was able to get the shot away. Looks like it'll be another penalty going against Norwood. And, Eric, I think the whistle came in early enough that Landry's going to get a shot at the goal here.
Yeah.
But the goal itself won't count. So here is Alexa Landry sizing up Allie Mannering. She moves in. And a nice job by Mannering to come away with it. Big save for the freshman keeper.
Yeah, really nicely done there by Mannering. Great positioning. She followed her stick with her, with the shooter's stick with her own stick, and made a great save there.
Yeah, very hard to cut down the angle on shots like that.
Absolutely.
But she did a great job there. So here comes Larkey. To her right is number 12, Jess Zamito. Larkey moving clear across the field, as Norwood seems to like to do. They shut up shop there, and a nice save there by Dee Gilinardo on Olivia Lodge, who was closing in. Now the keeper will have to get it away, as Lodge making life difficult. Ultimately, she finds an outlet pass for Grace Beagle. Beagle moving across the field, gets around one defender, but can't quite shake Larkey. More offense here for the Norwood Mustangs. Here comes Naughton, takes the shot, and it goes wide. And who will keep it? I think the Mustangs, Eric.
No, well.
Oh, no.
It just feels like, they're signaling the other direction.
So going to pick it up is Chloe Pierce, a sophomore midi attacker for Milford.
Oh, okay.
And Norwood had a couple players nearby.
Oh, wait, no, I guess, okay, the ref was signaling.
That's it.
Signaling the wrong direction. I don't know. There was a lot of confusion on the field.
So Lodge will come get it. Nice pass into the middle. She collects with Naughton. And it is the 3rd goal of the game for Olivia Naughton. Both of the Olivias have a hat trick, and Norwood has a 7-6 lead.
Well, what a great momentum swing there. Mannering with a fantastic save on the basically a penalty shot at the other end, and then Norwood able to get this great pass from Lodge right to Naughton, and I think that's it could have been the other way. It could have been 7-6
right.
Milford just 2 minutes ago, and now Norwood back in the lead. So
look at the chemistry that those two have. In fact, they've been playing together, I think, since 3rd grade. And it's evident here as they are seniors in high school, playing in their second-to-last regular season home game, putting on a show here for the fans.
Really, really nice play there on that goal.
So just a tick under 21 seconds left. If someone's going to score, they're going to have to do it quickly. Norwood will certainly want to put a little bit more distance between themselves and the very gamely Hawks today. This one will chase Chloe Pierce all the way back, but Larkey is there the whole way. She's got 11 seconds and can still make it count. Pass it to the middle, and Naughton scores. Larkey makes that happen with her defense, and she connects with Naughton, who scores her second goal in the span of, I think, 20 seconds.
That was just, I mean, talk about the hustle from Larkey to chase down, to knock the ball down after the draw, then all the way down and scoop it up and make that great pass. Like that was, I mean, taking nothing away from the goal, but what a great hustle play by Larkey.
So that took all of 14 seconds, meaning we still have 6.2 on the clock. And I say the way that Larkey was just hustling, I guess you never know in terms of the time. The half might not be ending so quickly. So 8-6 Mustangs. This one goes way off to the side, maybe intentionally from Lodge, who is going to watch time gradually wind down. And the referees have half a second on the clock. I can't imagine that they're going to play this out.
Are they going to make him retake the draw?
Yeah, maybe a little extra draw practice here.
Is that what, if the ball goes out of bounds right off a draw, is it just is that? I assume that must just be how you do it.
You're asking the wrong guy right now.
Right, that's my guess.
Although we are the ones up here talking about the game,
yeah.
So
yeah.
Apologies if we don't quite know the ins and outs. Tell you, there's a lot of sports happening right now as we do hear the whistle officially go off. Almost an identical play to what we heard moments ago.
Yep.
Tennis is playing right behind us right now, so that should be an interesting game as well. Tennis has had a bit of a renaissance season with a couple of juniors who've been playing really well.
Oh, nice.
But either way, Norwood has an 8-6 lead. We thought it was going to be 7-6, Eric, going into half, but Shay Larkey and Olivia Naughton had other plans and gives Norwood an extra insurance goal as they head into the second half.
Yeah, so I think this is the biggest, nobody's had more than a 2-goal lead, and I think Norwood's got to feel good about going into the half with a 2-goal lead, but Milford certainly, I think, has to feel good about the fact that it is only a 2-goal lead. Like, there were moments in this game where I think it looked like it was maybe going to really tilt Norwood's way, but Milford stayed with it, played some great defense, and got some good goals of their own. So, fantastic.
So we'll be back in 4.5 minutes with the second half of action. We hope you'll join us on the other side. It's been an entertaining game, and it promises to be when we return. We'll be back with more action from Murray Field in just a moment. Joe Panola and Eric Bodenhofer with you on a hot day here. And the Mustangs have been hot offensively lately, scoring a couple goals there to close out the first half. It is 8-6 as they head into the second half. They lead by 2 against Milford.
Yeah, they really closed out that half with a bang, but I think we remember in the first quarter when they at the start of the second quarter, Milford quickly closed the gap and really had the run of play there. So let's hopefully Norwood will be able to keep the pressure on early on in this third period and the start of the second half.
The Mustangs got 4 goals from Olivia Naughton, 3 from Olivia Lodge, and ultimately 1 from Shay Larkey, although I didn't even erase the second one, although she had one disallowed by penalty, I believe, there. For Milford, they've gotten some scoring as well. They've gotten 2 goals apiece from Maya Santos and Alexa Landry, and 1 each from Erin Mickelson and TJ Downing. So both teams getting a variety of contributors so far. Should be an entertaining second half.
Oh, nice win there by Lodge to come up with that draw.
Tell you, she is such a weapon on that draw for the Mustangs. Spadorsha now gets it over for Shay Larkey. Emily Spadorsha continuing to do yeoman's work out there for the Mustangs. Like Coach Lodge says, she does all the little things right. Maybe not showing up necessarily on the scorecard, but she contributes in many facets. And it's a very slow, deliberate pace here to start things. Maybe Olivia Lodge heard me as she moves in quickly on that. Decides to dish it on over. That was Shay Larkey over for Naughton. And here's Lodge behind the net, trying to get around Katrina Ledger. Now finds an opportunity. Tried to connect with Naughton inside as they've done so many times, but it goes wide of her and ultimately comes to TJ Downing.
Yeah, I think Naughton just couldn't quite handle that pass, and it was a great cut and good look from Lodge, but just couldn't quite connect. And now Milford's going the other way.
Long lead pass from Downing. She was looking to connect with number 23 Mickelson there, but it goes out of bounds. Downing had perhaps the most beautiful goal of the first half. The midi on Milford kind of spun around a couple times and delivered a laser of a shot.
Absolutely. It was really an impressive it was a great skill goal, but it also like a real high lacrosse IQ goal because she knew exactly where she was and where she needed to put the ball without even looking at the net. So
a little extra mustard on that pass from Naughton over to Lodge. We're only about a minute and a half into second half action. Norwood with an 8-6 lead. And their offense has been pretty deliberate, as it's been for most of the day today. They're playing a little bit of pitch and catch along the outsides right now. Ledger and Beagle watching on defense for Milford. Now moving on inside, looking for some room and putting it through is Jess Zamito, number 12.
That was a really nice look. You could tell, I think Milford is worried about Lodge popping out from behind that net, and so the defenders are staying there, and Zamito did a great job of just sneaking behind them, and Olivia did a fantastic job of seeing her, putting the ball right in her cradle, and good shot there.
So Jess Zamito, one of Norwood's 7 seniors, scores on senior night. A nice moment for her, and she puts Norwood up by 3, their biggest lead of the game so far. If you're Coach Lodge, you got to love the way that your team came out of halftime like that.
Absolutely. Really, really surgical in that offensive set right there.
That's a good word for it. I like that. So 10:08 to go here in the third quarter. Obviously a lot of time still in front of us. We're glad you're joining us here at NCM. We've got Danielle DeMattia and Brian Gagliard, our student camera people up top, sweating things out today to get you these wonderful shots. And NCM or NHS alumni, Kiki Thaxter and Ron Marshalsea, helping us out in the truck today. First time I think we've had the truck for an outdoor game this season.
Is the truck air conditioned, I hope?
I hope so for them.
Lord, yeah.
I tell you, with all that equipment, it can certainly get warm, I'd imagine.
I would think so.
Although if I'm them, I would not want me anywhere near any of that expensive equipment. Here comes Landry moving inside, tries to double back, but Norwood closed in nicely defensively to not allow her the space.
Yeah, that was really well done.
Downing looking for some room here. Looks like Evan O'Neill, number 13, is on defense against her, a junior. Sometimes it's hard to see that far side of the field, so we haven't called Evan's name a whole bunch. Doesn't mean she hasn't been doing some good work on defense. She's just been part of that Norwood crew that has at times really stifled the Milford offense. Downing looking for some space, but we hear a whistle before she gets through. I think they'll call O'Neill for a penalty, and or at least a violation. That'll give Downing a clear shot.
Yeah, this is, and again, Mannering saved the last one. But, that was nicely done.
And she saves this one. I thought you just jinxed it, Eric.
Yep.
But it goes right into her cross. A great play from the freshman keeper for Norwood. Add that to her save total. It's already over 100.
Well, I think also a great play there by Sophia Venditti, who got her stick across right in front in the shooter's face, and so I think she just didn't have a good look at the net. So that Venditti length coming into
and look at this, coast to coast.
Wow.
Taking it all the way. I think that was Shay Larkey. She was a blur out there. And if it is indeed, as we see Larkey kind of walking off the field there, it'll be Shay's second goal and Norwood's 10th as they have reached double digits here early in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was just a nice individual play there to just use her speed. I think Milford has been surprised a couple of times by Shay's speed and how she is not just fast but quick too. I think she accelerates sort of surprisingly and has gotten past her defenders nicely that way. So.
Coach Lodge said that he's surprised that she surprised him with her speed earlier this season when she got that knee brace off and started really taking off. And Shay's just a junior, so certainly has some big things ahead of her here on the lacrosse field. We'll turn our attention back to the game right now. It's a big game, as we mentioned in the open, for Norwood. If they win today, they will clinch a playoff berth by virtue of them being 9-8 and only having one game remain. If your record is 500 or better, you will automatically be in. Although at number 32 right now in the power rankings, even if they lost, they may still have a shot, but it would be tough to hold on to a top 32 spot.
Yeah, I would imagine this would. Yeah, you're on the edge there, right? So this, if they can hang on and win this, it'll be very important for them.
So this is as close to a must-win as you can get, and that does not faze Olivia Lodge as she collects her 4th goal of the game to give Norwood a 5-goal lead, and they have come out guns a-blazing starting off the third quarter with a 3-0 advantage here to push the lead to 11-6.
Yeah, this goal feels like one where Olivia's height was just that too much of an advantage.
Right.
She could just reach over the defender so easily there and get that nice shot on.
That's
net.
just a lot of talent and good training.
100%.
Right?
No, absolutely. Packaging all that skill with that height, I think you make she's nigh on it, impossible to stop sometimes in there.
So perhaps a good decision here from Milford head coach Casey Young as she'll take a timeout to talk things over with her team. Milford's got a whole army back there in the shaded area. Norwood a little bit more in the sun right now. Good turnout here, though, as we see a number of students coming on the last day for seniors. And I'm proud to say that our youngest fan is in attendance as well right in front of us. Credit to my wife, Kaylee, who was able to pack up baby Paige and have her come see her first game here at the school on the hill.
Yeah, and I got to meet Paige during halftime, and she's remarkably calm for all the
Yeah.
excitement. I think just chilling there in her NCM onesie. And
There we go, right in front of where our booth is.
Yep.
So angled a little bit into the sun. She has certainly watched games on TV.
to hear Dad's voice.
That's right, but there she is, and there's her proud mother with her. So always nice to see our youngest fans, and I'm a little bit biased about this one for sure.
I can attest she's very cute.
There she is, right on those hot
Nope.
bleachers. And my wife, Kaylee, and we're just getting out of the range of those cameras as we get a zoom in on baby Paige, and not
More
quite
like-
sure if we can see the NCM shirt.
Yeah, mostly Mr. Monkey right there, I think. Is the,
That's right. And thanks to Jack Tolman and the whole MCM crew who have been so supportive of that. And Jack and his wife made her a very cute little shirt there that says "Future NCM Announcer." So we'll wait for her to make her way up to the booth.
well, first she's got to play in some of these games.
That's
I
right.
think, right.
That's right. Yeah, we're almost skipping that part, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Although I guess if she takes my route, just don't play lacrosse for a number of years and then come on up to the booth and have people listen to you talk about it.
There you go. There you go.
Lacrosse is never my sport, although growing up in Long Island, it was all around us.
Yeah, it was not even really available to me when I was in high school, but my son played.
That's
So
right,
Got
yeah.
to, got to.
Now, he played on the Deadwood team, correct?
He did. He played on the his first year was the crazy COVID year, and it was his fourth sport that year. And he played on. So it was just a Norwood team, and then his senior year was the first year of Deadwood, which might be the greatest name
Yes.
of all time.
The kids loved the name.
Yes.
They were always talking
Yeah.
about Deadwood Lacrosse.
Yeah, I mean it was much better than going the other way. If it had been Norham, I don't think anyone would have appreciated it quite as much. But
You could have sold that as a town in Massachusetts. I mean, I guess there are a
100%.
lot of woods,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of hams as well.
yeah, Norham sounds like someplace down the Cape, maybe. But, Deadwood, definitely wasn't.
Chuck it in there with Eastham and Chatham and all that
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of stuff, right?
Yep.
All right, so we're back underway here after Milford took a timeout to talk things over. They were starting to bleed some goals there. And now let's see if the Mustangs can continue their onslaught. Olivia Naughton already has 4 today as she looks to find some room. Nora Staunton is in there as well for the Mustangs. Spadorcia here almost doesn't quite connect there with Shea Larkey on that pass, but Spadorcia gets it back. And here is Naughton, over for Staunton. And now behind the net, the Mustangs play it around to their whole team. Lodge now looking to get going. I think that's Zamito behind the net. Hard to see from here.
I think it was Amito on the right, and then Lodge was over on
There
the
we
left.
go.
Yep.
And ultimately, Milford plays it up. Yeah, you got to get those numbers nice and low, like you were saying on the WNBA jerseys, so the hair doesn't get in the way.
Well, it doesn't help that you're looking through 2 panes of glass into the sun, I think. So.
That's right.
But I suppose no excuses, right?
There we go.
We gotta be like these girls. And
So let's see if Milford is able to right the ship here. They've given up the last 3 goals, but Alexa Landry has 2 on the day so far, looking to get a hat trick,
Oh.
and she does. We have not been the jinxes we've usually been, Eric, as Alexa Landry moves in and takes a beautiful shot into the lower left corner, connecting for her 3rd goal and for Milford's 7th.
yeah, Mannering looked a little upset with herself for missing that. I think it was just a really good shot, well placed, but
Yeah, there comes Landry. Nice job.
the hand on the head there, like
Yep.
what? How'd that?
That's almost like the I'm disappointed as opposed to I'm angry about giving up the goal.
Yes, that's fair.
But give Allie Mannering credit. She's already 100 career saves. She's just a freshman and has done a wonderful job. And has made a couple big ones today, including one-on-one. I think it was against TJ Downing earlier that her outlet pass ultimately led to a Norwood goal.
Yep. No, she's really been great in net.
Nice job there by number 6, Lexi Anantonio, a sophomore for Milford, scooping up that ground ball with a lot of traffic around her. Plays it on over now for hard to see without their backs to us, but one of the Milford players who is flanked by Anantonio. She moves in. I think that's Mickelson, number 23.
I think it was, yep.
Gets it for Maya Santos, making some nice moves.
Oh, that was
And Santos gets the goal. Maya Santos has 3 today, so just like that, Milford has closed this to a 3-goal Norwood lead, and now 2 of their players, Santos and Landry, both sporting hat tricks.
Yeah, Coach Young's got to be really pleased. I think he came out of the timeout and they immediately lost the draw, and Norwood had a good chance, but now those 2 goals, just some really good offensive movement and really some nice individual plays there, and they're right back in it. Really, just 3 goals down.
Yeah, this game could have really gotten away from Milford if they hadn't delivered. But look at that, 11-8, 6 minutes to go, still here in this third quarter, and we got a whole other 12 minutes ahead of us. So a lot of time is on the clock. A lot can happen.
And another draw control there from Milford. So keeping possession, and they've scored on the last 2. So
Mickelson now. Mickelson is a senior captain on this team. Milford had, I believe, 9 seniors on their roster, if I heard Anne-Marie Bustler correctly announcing the teams before. Anne-Marie's last game, I believe, announcing the seniors on senior day. She is retiring. We wish her all the best.
Yeah, she has been a long-time athletic department stalwart, I think.
That's right.
A real presence here at the high school and at the fields, and so I think, we should all really appreciate all the service she's given to these students and these programs, and it's great for her. She lives in my neighborhood. I know she just recently sold her house. I did not realize she was moving so far afield, but
that's right.
But maybe we'll get her down here for a guest appearance sometime.
Still in Massachusetts,
yes,
right?
Yes, exactly.
Nice save there from Mannering, who has really been stepping up here and continues to.
Oh, nice.
She denied Downing again, but a nice scoop here. It's Mickelson moving in, trying to get around Martino, and somehow gets the shot off. Look at that as Erin Mickelson gets a beautiful goal. Charlotte Martino was draped all over her, playing excellent defense from our vantage point, as we'll take a look at the replay.
Yeah, right in front of her, just a tough angle shot, and somehow finds the back of the net.
Yep, and she connects there. So it is 11-9. Norwood has had as big as a 5-goal advantage, but Milford has closed that in a hurry.
Yeah, just some slightly sloppy play on defense there. I think a rushed outlet pass there from Mannering over to the defender who couldn't quite gather it in, and Mickelson did a great job pressuring her, scooped it up, and got that goal. So
an important draw from Anantonio as she works against Bridget Sopel here, but the referees will wave things off. It's a mystery to us, but something must have happened on the draw.
Somehow, somebody didn't do something right.
Eric and I can talk enough about lacrosse, but I would not say it's the sport we're both most versed in.
No, but that doesn't stop us from just...
That's right.
We'll fill the air.
Hey, if they're going to give us the audience, we'll
This
keep
is what we
doing
get paid to do, right? Like this is the...
There you go.
Why they pay us the big bucks to...
Oh, and Antonio was trying to get it to a teammate and ultimately collects it back herself after hitting around a couple players.
Yeah,
so Lexi moves into the zone, and we hear a whistle as she drops it.
I think Lodge got called for... Or not Lodge. Lodge got called for something there. But Larky got her cross on that ball, that draw first, but couldn't quite bring it down. And now
that
she's
scoop.
making up for it now with that
on the far side.
Speed, yeah.
She ran right in front of, I think that was Taylor Talamini, and collects it and comes the other way now with a head of steam. So Larky moving in, dishing it over for Lodge. Lodge takes the shot, and
nice save.
She makes the save. Look at that play from Di Gilinardo. I've said that pretty smoothly today, but hit a speed bump there.
If you've noticed, I've only said the Milford goalie. I'm not even trying it, which is not fair, but...
Nice scoop by Alexa Landry. Landry is one of the Milford offensive engines, so Let's see if she's able to turn this into some points. But Norwood, ultimately they do collect the ground ball. No, Larky's still juggling it.
Oh, no.
And throws it sky high in the air out of bounds. Going for a little bit of a run here is Olivia Naughton. So that ball certainly took its sweet time getting over to Olivia. And she'll send it up, or tries to Landry. So ultimately will be Alexa Landry right in front of our cameras here, who will send this one on in, working around Katie Pritchard, number 6, and gets it over for Maya Santos. Santos, number 17, tries now to get around Martino, moves in, sees a lane, takes the shot, and the save is made by Mannering. Nice job by the freshman keeper. Santos holding it behind the goal now. Looking for a cutter. Downing was moving in, but she was watched the whole way by Spadorsha. Now back over for number 22, Landry. Santos almost setting a little pick for her there. And Norwood scoops up the ground ball, but not before a whistle is called. It looks like it'll stay with Milford.
I think got her for a bump of some sort. It seemed like Landry was definitely knocked off her line a bit there.
That's right. It's not like guys lacrosse where you can almost take it like you're chopping a tree and knock it out of somebody's hands. Landry will double back. Interesting move from her, as I thought she was going to go with a nose right to the goal. Santos now doing the same thing as Larky watches her. Looking for a lane here. Now doubles back, trying to move inside against Bridget Sopel, who's playing good defense on her. They'll have to settle behind the net, as this is Mickelson, one of Milford's senior captains. Moving back now, trying to find a lane, but the Norwood defense is closing in. 2 minutes to go here, roughly, in the third quarter. Nice move by Mickelson, and another whistle here. So Norwood perhaps getting a little too much contact once again. So that'll leave Mickelson with a clear shot on goal as Mannering readies herself, and the Norwood defense gets in position. You just saw number 14, Megan Malloy, jog in behind the net, ready to collect it if the shot goes wide. So we'll wait for the whistle. Here comes Mickelson, moving inside, and the save is made by Mannering, who quickly outlets it up to Shea Larky, and Larky kicks it over for number 13, Evan O'Neill. Nice job, Eric, by the Norwood keeper, and now tries to usher some offense in.
Yeah, great job by Mannering, and also once again by Venditti, who got her across in the shooter's face and made her change her line, and I think gave Mannering a better view of the ball.
Oh, there was a nice pass as Venditti was streaking towards the net, and Lodge almost connected with her. Tell you, we're not quite keeping assist stats up here, but if we were, Olivia Lodge would have even more points by our tally.
I think that's absolutely right.
And I'm sure the coaches down on the Norwood sideline are doing just that. Downing is watching the Norwood defense for Milford, or watching the Norwood offense, excuse me, as Spadorsha now plays it around the horn for Olivia Naughton. She's watched by number 11, Sam Fazzo, a junior defender. Nice pass into the middle of the field. Lodge, though, has no choice, Venditti has no choice but to double back. And here's Sopel on the ground, but the save is made by by
the Milford
by
keeper.
Avelina, we'll call it that.
who's just been fantastic today. A number of really strong saves.
Absolutely, and she's only a sophomore, so watch her as well. Usually it goes the other way around, that it's a tongue twister in the first half. But, maybe saying that name a couple too many times has got me all tangled up here.
Or the heat's getting to you.
That's right. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter, and if Milford's going to score, they're going to have to do so in a hurry. Santos keeps looking for space, gets it over for Landry. Landry's going to have to do this quickly. She takes the shot on goal and connects with 2 seconds remaining on the clock. It's the fourth goal of the game for Alexa Landry, and it is now 11-10. Don't look now. Milford is coming back.
Yeah, remarkable considering that not that long ago, Norwood had that 5-goal lead, and they might end this. They're going to end this half. This quarter only up by 1, which not how you thought it was going. So credit to Milford, not giving up and really staying within their game. I don't feel like they've changed a whole lot offensively. They're just I think maybe executing a little bit better and just did a fantastic job.
So as we close down the final couple of seconds of the quarter, we'll kind of set the stage of, as we head into the fourth, of why this game is so important for both teams. Norwood, as we mentioned, can clinch playoffs if they win here, but Milford, a win against a team that's ranked higher than you, and a couple maybe advantageous losses in the power rankings, and you could find yourself in a position that maybe you didn't expect to be last week.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, and I think, the Milford's clearly playing like they've got something to play for, and Norwood, I think, is maybe starting to feel a little bit of the pressure, right?
That's right.
They maybe took their foot off the gas a little bit up 5 and thought they could really just roll over Milford in the second half, and Milford said, no, I don't think so.
So number 31 ranked Norwood, 11. Number 42 ranked Milford, 10. This game is pretty close, and it's important for both teams as they'll have about a minute and a half to talk things over. We thank you for watching us here on NCM, and although I think our coverage of the regular season is going to be coming to a close this week, I'm sure we're going to be getting a number of playoff games, as a few of them Norwood teams will be heading on to the postseason. Potentially girls lacrosse right here.
That was a nice goal there by Mickelson. That was a nice little jab step. Oh, and I think there was the spinorama goal that we were so impressed by.
Couple beautiful shots recently.
That was that great save by Mannering that I think went the other way for a goal.
Tell you, she has held Norwood in this contest. And there's Naughton connecting earlier. And this was the one, I think that was the play that was right before the close of the first half.
Yep.
That was Larkey was sprinting down the field. Olivia Lodge has gotten into the action. And, here's Landry once again. Boy, she has been good today.
That was Mannering's reaction just amuses me.
You gotta love a goalkeeper who wears their emotions on their sleeves, and sometimes we see that from Allie Mannering.
Yep. But you gotta be a goldfish, right? As they say on Ted Lasso.
Right.
Whatever happened in the last one is just you gotta move on to the next one. And
short memory, right?
Yeah. And she's clearly done that because she's made some tremendous saves, and certainly, the number of times she's faced that what basically seems to be a penalty shot or free run at the net, and doesn't seem to phase her at all.
Yep. So the clock will wind down on that little break between the two quarters. And we come out to the fourth quarter with Norwood looking to punch their ticket to the postseason. They made it last year to the state tournament before they ultimately fell out in Grafton. Kind of a neat place to play.
Oh, really?
Mark Hoover and I went up to call that game, and Grafton calls it the Swamp. They've got like the old Green Bay Packers logo for the Grafton Gators. Rebranded the team a couple of years ago to get a kind of a friendlier mascot in there. And they've done a really great job with that rebrand. It's a really cool environment they got going on.
Well, that's really cool.
Unfortunately, it wasn't quite the result that Norwood wanted there.
Well,
but
fair.
One of the things that was impressive, kind of thinking back to a year ago, is Grafton's youth program. It was buzzing with activity. They must have had probably at least 3 different games going from the youth team. And Norwood has built up the youth program, as you see kind of a panorama shot of what's going on here. We've seen a couple of the youth players out here today. Coach Lodge, I know through his X account, likes to talk about how the youth program attends a lot of Norwood's contests. So that seems to be where the key is to build up programs like Norwood's.
Yeah, I think when you can get that connection from the kids, in the elementary and middle schools who can sort of dream about playing for the high school, then you're deepening your talent pool, no doubt.
That's it. And playing here on the brand new turf with the brand new scoreboard, we got some great facilities. But anyway, here goes the fourth quarter, and here goes Shay Larkey, just like that. I'm looking up at the time, and I can't believe a whole 12 seconds went off the clock.
She is remarkable.
It almost seems like Shay Larkey scores better when there is a time crunch on her.
Yeah, absolutely.
She scored at the end of the first half when she only had about 20 seconds to do so. Here, she takes it about 12 seconds in with a head of steam, and not a whole lot that the Milford keeper could do there.
Yeah, she really does score well on the rush, right? It seems like a lot of her goals come from that, her using her own speed before the Milford defense has been able to set, she kind of keeps them on their heels and pushes them back, and then makes those nice cuts and just some really nice shots. So great job by Shay today.
So just the way that Coach Mike Lodge wanted to come out of that break between quarters, Norwood answers right off the bat with one of their top scorers, getting her third goal of the contest. And here is Larkey again, now slowing things down a little bit as she is chased all the way by Talamini. Gets it over for Sopolu and plays it to the far side. Let's see what the Norwood offense can do here. Jess Zamito behind the net almost loses it, but a nice job by Jess to scoop it up. She's already got 1 goal in today's contest. Gets it back for Sopel. Bridget Sopel always with that yellow cross. A couple of the other players have started doing that. It used to be very easy to identify Bridget.
She's a trendsetter. Next year she'll have to come up with a different color.
That's right. So now the Mustangs trying to get cooking here.
Oh,
Long
nice
pass
look,
inside.
nice look.
Ozumito tried to get the shot away, but good defense was played by Ledger on Milford. Ledger trying to swat it out of the air. And who can come away with it? Still a battle in front. Taking the shot and going a little bit low on that was, I believe, Lodge. And it's going to be Spadorsha to collect it to inbound it for the Mustangs. So here is Emily Spadorsha. Gets it over for Larkey. Larkey's got 3 today already. With a head of steam, loses the ball. And is she going to scoop it back up? Looks like she's able to help Norwood regain possession.
Yeah, I think Naughton managed to come up with that. But, yeah, Larkey really had a head of steam, and I think if she could have turned on that, that was going to be a laser.
Larkey almost seems to have that move where she comes in at an angle. Here is Sopel now with a head of steam. Through one defender, almost through a second, shoots it wide, and Norwood will still keep possession.
Yeah, I think Norwood, scoring would be good, but just maintaining possession, letting the clock run while in your lead is not a bad thing either.
So now behind the net. Lodge with a pass in front, connects with Zamito, and a nice save is made by D. Gilinardo.
Yeah, you see that fantastic fake that Lodge did first on that pass, giving which I think gave Zamito a little more space to gather. That was great.
So a beautiful look from her. Jess Zamito has been pretty important to this Norwood offense today. So nice to see on senior night that she has become a really key cog for them. There's a nice pass in the middle from Mickelson, number 6, moving on in. That's San Antonio. Oh. And her shot is saved by Allie Mannering. Ooh, we don't quite have numbers on that, but Eric, I got to imagine she's closing in maybe on double digits today.
I would think so.
Been very important, made some key stops for the Mustangs. 9:18 to go, the official time here on the clock, as the Mustangs lead things up with Bridget Sopel. Sopel a moment ago had a really nice offensive chance. Now a little bit of a lead pass up, looking to connect with Lodge. Lodge drops it. Ledger trying to scoop it, still can't find the handle, and finally she does, thankfully for the Hawks. Plays it up for Mickelson, who does a nice job collecting the bounce, as on her the whole way was that Shea Larkey. Couldn't even see the numbers, but the way that Larkey plays defense, you knew it was her.
Well, you're not going to outrun Shea.
That's right.
That's abundantly clear.
So here comes TJ Downing. Downing has largely been held in check for the Mustangs so far. Dishes it off for Mickelson. Nice pass in front. And trying to drive it home was Anna Arujo. But Mannering was there closing off the angle, and ultimately that shot goes for naught.
Yeah, I think Arujo's momentum carried her just a little bit further past the net than she realized, and so she fired that right off the little wide.
Oh, it was a great opportunity. She found herself in space, and a nice job by Mickelson to see the opportunity. And is this going to be a penalty against Norwood? Yes. They're going to send Bridget Sopel off, it looks like. So with 8:14 here to go in the fourth quarter, this could be a big chance here for Milford, as we see a shot of Emily O'Connor and the Norwood defense trying to stop Maya Santos.
It's interesting because it wasn't even like there was any playing going on. I'm not sure what the penalty was.
And it is officially a 2-minute penalty on Sopel. So they're trying to sort things out. Michaela Brown, number 22, is there on defense, as is Spadorsha. We see number 13, Evan O'Neill, there as well. She's had a good game today as well defensively. So here's Alexa Landry trying to move around Michaela Brown. Now a chance inside. Taking the shot, and a bouncing one at that is gloved by Mannering. A dangerous outlet pass from her, but a nice job from Spadorsha. There's one of those little things that she does right. She gets a key ground ball with 2 Hawks right around her.
Oh, nicely done there. Look at that. She had 4 Milford players closing on her, and she was able to draw back and reset, find a little more open space. Nicely
and that was
done.
an important play from Evan O'Neill on the other side to be able to grab that one off the ground.
Absolutely.
So now the Norwood offense is back in business. Grace Beagle watching. Looks like Olivia Lodge the whole way through behind the net.
It'd be interesting to see if they just sort of try and hold a while, given that, run some time off that penalty before taking a shot.
I would imagine about 1 minute and 10 seconds left here. Let's see what Lodge decides to do. No, she'll feed it up front. She's going for it. Little bit of contact. I was surprised no whistle, but eventually it does come in, and I believe that Arujo is going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, Naughton's head sort of snapped back there, so I think there was definitely some contact.
So Naughton is so good in this opportunity. She will size up the Milford keeper. Moves in, takes the shot, and gets the goal.
Yeah, so you take the goal over run time off the clock. I think that's a reasonable trade-off.
It is a shorthanded goal for Olivia Naughton as Sopel still stands on the sidelines, but it is Naughton's 5th of the contest, and it gives Norwood a 3-point lead, 13-10.
Yeah, a very important goal there, right? They with the penalty against them, the momentum really favoring Milford. Really, that's what you expect from your senior captain, right? You have that opportunity, you step up, and you get that goal. Give yourself a little bit more of a cushion with just under 7 minutes remaining here in the half. And there, your nice low shot just made it difficult for the goalie to get to, and got the goal. Nicely done.
So 37 seconds remain on the penalty to Bridget Sopel. So that's something to keep an eye on. If you're Norwood, it's great to get that shorthanded goal, but you don't want to give it right back up here, especially if Milford here is able to win the draw. So Lodge gets an important win. Nice job by her. She's so good with one hand on the cross as well.
Yeah.
As she moves it into the zone. Thought she might rip away at that one.
She's just so calm.
Yep.
Right? Like, just fluid. She's just very confident out there. She does such a great job.
So let's see if the Mustang offense decides to kind of milk these last 17 seconds on the penalty to Sopel. Olivia Naughton, not quite thinking about it yet. She finds Lodge, and Lodge finds the back of the net. Both Olivias now with 5 goals, and Norwood has a 4-goal lead.
Yeah, earlier, like, Milford was doing a much better job of not leaving her alone, not letting her come out from behind the net, but, she receives that pass back behind the net all alone. Of course she's going to come out and just fakes the goalie up. It's that second that was nicely done.
So it seems like it's been a Norwood power play. I'm not sure if you call it power play in lacrosse. Norwood has scored back-to-back shorthanded. There are still 8 seconds on the penalty left to Bridget Sopel. So.
Maybe they should just have Bridget stay on the sideline, though. I don't know. Like, don't jinx anything.
That's right. Bridget had a great opportunity a moment ago, but the offense is clicking as she watches here on the sideline.
Yeah, and I do no way need to imply that Bridget is not she's a fantastic
Absolutely.
player, really important part of the offense, but just
absolutely
the momentum swing, right? It's
tell you so. This is why they play the games, right?
Yep.
If you were to tell somebody on paper that Milford is within 2 and just drew a penalty, you'd be getting a little bit nervous. But
Absolutely.
Norwood got 2 key insurance goals, and with 6 minutes left in left in this game, they're going to see if they can really put some finishing touches on.
Yeah, and Emily Spadorcia with just yet another one of those, like, the little things right off that draw. Quick to the ball, scoops it out of the air, and just calmly goes down and lets Norwood get into their offense. Just she hasn't scored yet today, but she's really, she's been a part of so much of what they've done offensively and defensively. She's played some great defense too.
That's right. That pass had a little mustard on it. Larky ducks a couple players and scores.
Oh, that was the field hockey player in her.
Yep.
She could keep her speed while being bent over in half. That was very impressive.
That was just a fun goal watching that. I
Yep.
hope we get to see this again and hear
Yep.
in just a second, and we will. Look at this. Larky going
And down.
around one player.
Yep.
And
It was right just before there was, I think, where she ducked under it. It was a great little move.
did a couple little fakes there and head straight to the goal. Nice job from Shay Larky. So Shay is at 4. Olivia Lodge is at 5. Olivia Naughton's at 5. And don't forget about Jess Samito, who's got a goal today as well. So it's been the trio and another one of Norwood seniors doing the offensive lifting for them. Although a lot of assists and other key plays from players like Spadorcia, Sopel, and some others out there.
Absolutely, and really the defense. You don't get to call their names quite as much because they're not scoring goals, but they've made some great plays as well here.
Absolutely.
As we just see there, is that what?
Norwood moving into the zone here. This is number 10. That's Nora Staunton. Staunton has gotten some pretty good minutes for them as a freshman. Sopel now plays it back for Lodge, who will slow things down. So the penalty against Sopel was a blessing in disguise for the Mustangs.
Absolutely.
Here comes Lodge moving inside. Doesn't find what she wants, so she will wisely retreat. 5:10 officially left on the game clock. The Mustangs trying to hold on and punch their ticket to the postseason.
Yeah, you'd think with a 5-goal lead be comfortable, but they gave up. They almost gave up a 5-goal lead just a little while ago. So,
and it was a similar flavor to this.
Yeah.
Nice grab by Katie Pritchard. Fires it on net, and a big save by Dee Gilinardo.
Yeah, that was really nice. And I think Pritchard couldn't quite get as much on that as she wanted. I think she, a little off stride, but what a great gather, and then to get that shot off. Really good play there.
Yeah, she snagged it out of the air. I thought the pass was going to no man's land, but Katie almost connects. She's done a nice job on offense today as well on her senior night. So number 23, Erin Mickelson, will inbound this. She's watched by number 2, Julia Gallo, another senior for the Mustangs. Hard to see Julia's number 2. The single digits can be a little more difficult, but Julia also celebrating senior night.
If I remember correctly, I think she's Hoover's neighbor.
That's right.
That's clearly she's here to do pride to the the Albemarle, no, the Columbine.
Columbine Road, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for Mark Hoover to miss a game that one of his neighbors is playing in, he must have something quite important.
Yeah, he does not like to miss these things, so there's no doubt.
That shot goes through despite all that traffic. And it looks like it was number 22, I believe, Landry, who connected with the shot. So let's see in the replay before we officially credit it to Alexa Landry. It is her doing some shaking and baking there and ultimately getting it past Mannering.
Nicely done there. So, yeah, under 4 minutes, 4 goals down. If they can score a goal a minute,
Yep.
Which I think they may have done in the third quarter. So
now, an interesting substitution we're seeing here, a little bit off camera right now as you see the camera on Lodge in the draw. Coach Lodge has taken Shay Larkey out right now, so I'm kind of wondering if he's saying, you know what, let's see what the team can do to close things out, and if we need a push here in the last couple minutes, maybe Shay's speed will be well rested, and that could be the difference.
that is not a bad strategy.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why he's down there doing
Right,
the coaching,
right,
and I'm up
absolutely.
here. But Milford controls things on offense. Boy, this would be big for them if they were able to put another in the back of the net. Landry is the one to watch. She's got 5. And here she is, trying to move in against the Mustang defense. Evan O'Neill watching her. Nice pass inside. Trying to grab it out of the air was number 21. That's Addie Quadrico, who is there for Milford.
Well, and I think a penalty against, or a call against Norwood, so they'll get the free run at the net.
And let's see who that'll be. I believe it will be Addie. So the sophomore Quadrico, I believe I'm saying that correctly, will take her shot against Mannering. Here it comes. And the save is made by Mannering. Nice job. She's made a number of big ones, especially here in the fourth quarter.
Now there's some speed. Is that Spadorcia?
Yeah, you almost look for Larkey, and then you look for where Spadorcia is. Those two, they are just gazelles out there.
Absolutely.
Martino loses the handle on it and finds its way to TJ Downing. And we hear a whistle. They'll play on. Downing with 2:32 to go. Takes the shot, and Mannering snags it out of the air. I think it was going wide anyway.
But no need to give them a chance to win the race to it, right? So.
And that was a neat little outlet pass. Norwood tries to get it up for Sopel. Number 16, Rhea Matthew, who's another one of Milford's captains now, moves in. Matthew looking for a lane. Can't find one. Nice defense by Emily O'Connor right there, keeping her blocked out. We're about at the 2-minute warning. There's a nice pass for Santos, goes just wide. And giving some good chase is Taylor Talamini. I think that will allow Milford to keep possession.
Under 2 minutes now, and the clock's running.
Gotta like the position you're in for Norwood. They're up 4, 15-11. We know Milford can score. They've done so double-digit times so far. And Alexa Landry, who's the one with it right now, is the one to watch. TJ Downing is as well, as Norwood gets a cross in her face. Downing moves it over to the side. Here's Santos trying to double back against Sopel, but can't find any room. 1.5 minutes now left on the clock. Milford's going to have to hurry if they're going to get a win today. Now Evan O'Neill watching there on the far side as the shadows seem to creep over the trees. No room here. Eventually finding some space is Mickelson, but another save is made by Mannering.
Remarkable that she managed to split that many defenders and get a quality shot off. And Mannering, really nice job, following that and making the save.
That's a freshman goalkeeper for the Mustangs as we officially tick down under a minute. 15-11, the Milford offense has been buzzing, but they're going to need to score points in a hurry if they're going to close this out. So the Mustangs can smell the playoffs. 47 seconds left to go. Milford needs a miracle. A bouncing shot that Mannering almost sold out jumping for. 39 seconds now as Downing brings it now beyond the arc. Moves inside and scores. But the clock is really the key piece here. Fourth goal of the game for Maya Santos, and we stop it with 31.4 to go.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Manningham made a great save and then just a little off target with her outlet pass, and it ended up going out of bounds and turning over to Milford, and they're able to turn it into this goal with Santos just making a nice move.
Downing, excuse me.
Downing, yep, making a nice move there. And
so we'll take away on our unofficial score sheet and give the goal to T.J. Downing. That's T.J.'s second.
Oh, you were right about Michael Hodges. Larky's back in, and
Yep.
she wins this draw. Just probably have her just run around with the ball for a while.
Just run towards Walpole and call it a day,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So she'll take the draw here against Anna Arujo. Norwood is 30 seconds away from moving on to the playoffs for at least the third year running. And speaking of running, Norwood is going to try to score here. Oh, a good chance from Katie Pritchard, who shot it just high. 17 seconds left. The Norwood offense still wants it. Gallo with an opportunity in front. Can't connect. Comes back out now for Larkey.
10 seconds left.
The Norwood offense is not dialing it back. Here's Pritchard with a chance, and it goes just wide once again. 4 seconds. 3. And will they stop the clock? No, the time will tick down. And the Mustangs are moving on to the MIA tournament. They have clinched at least a 500 record and potentially moving up in those seedings as well.
Yeah, what a great game. I think coming in, if you looked on it on paper, we would not have thought this would have been as close a game. And credit to Milford. They got down 5 goals twice in the game, didn't hang their heads, didn't give up, clawed all the way back to 1 at one point in time, and then really kept it interesting all the way to the end. So great game by both teams.
Congratulations to the Milford seniors on what will maybe be the penultimate game of their career. They head on to Seekonk to play their last game. Seekonk, who they just beat 17-4, so a chance for them to end on a good note. And Norwood will play on Thursday. It's their last regular season game against number 7 ranked Westwood, but that will not be the last game of the season as a result of today's win.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thanks to our wonderful NCM crew as always, our student camera people. Up top today in some sweltering weather. Thank you, Danielle DiMattia and Brian Gagliard. Brian also does our NHS pregame live show, so be sure to check that out. And I know Danielle, I think the other day, was working on doing some producing practice. So
very
I
exciting.
think we're going to be seeing Danielle shouldering some important loads here in the next year.
Nice to see that next generation of talent coming through the program.
For sure.
And then eventually they graduate and they go off and they come back, like Ron and Kiki, right? So
Like Ron and Kiki, who did a great job with that. Ron was on the ready with our replay and graphics today. I tell you, whenever we asked for it, it came right
did,
away.
Absolutely.
So always nice to see our NHS alumni getting involved. Thanks for joining us today at home. Thanks to our youngest fan, Paige Pinola, for being out here today. I'm a little biased on that one.
I think she's asleep now. Finally,
All right, we'll take it. Well, thanks for joining us today. For Eric Bodenhofer, I'm Joe Pinola. We will see you at a game soon. It is a Norwood victory, and they are moving on to the postseason. Have a good night, folks.